What the fuck did I just watch? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back with another Fish Flicks review. And today we're going to be sitting here talking about the latest movie, Weapons. Now, the movie Weapons is directed by Zach Krieger, and this is going to be a completely non-spoiler review, so do not worry. There will not be a single inch of spoilers within this review. I'm going to be as vague as possible when it comes to talking about this movie, because this is something that you guys need to go experience for yourselves. So the basic premise of this movie is that around 2:17 a.m. in the middle of the night, a group of kids just up and randomly run out of their house and up into the woods into a destination that nobody knows. And now there's this mystery trying to be unveiled as to what happened and why did these kids up and leave their house all of a sudden. And another thing to note is that all of these kids that left the house all are within this one teacher's classroom. So I was trying to be as vague as possible when it comes to explaining this plot without spoiling any details, because this was definitely a movie. This is a movie, like something very unique and different. And just from the trailer alone, I only saw one trailer, the first little teaser that dropped, and then everybody started talking about. And it was just very intense. It was very dark, and it was just like, what the hell am I watching? I have to go see this. And I made sure not to go watch any other trailers again afterwards. And I'm happy that I did do that, because this movie is a true experience. This is true horror thriller cinema. This is why we love going to the movies. And this is absolutely one of my favorite movies of the year. I loved this movie, man. Zach Krieger, man. Round of applause for you, my brother. Round of applause for what you crafted, man. You crafted something so special, so unique, so different, that's very much needed for the horror thriller genres, man. This movie, from start to finish, keeps you engaged, captivated with what's going on, and uncovering this mystery, man, and you're hooked and wanting to follow along the entire way. And what this movie is, like, it's unique. This movie the way that this movie goes about and tells the story is that it tells it from like 5 different characters' viewpoints, and then it's like it slowly comes together in the end. And I'm not spoiling it whatsoever. And first off, the characters, all of them throughout with the performances, with Julia Garner's character, I thought she was great, man. I'm loving seeing her. Josh Brolin, man, he is a standout. He fits very well with this film, and just he keeps you captivated with what he's trying to go through. As he's a father, one of his kids was one of the ones that up and ran out of the house in the middle of the night. He's trying to find and save his kid, and so he's just coming up with different theories. He's blaming the teacher, like, why is it you? So there's a lot of smoke coming her way, because like I said, all of those kids are all within her classroom there, and there's just one kid left within the classroom. So there's a lot of eyes and vitriol that's thrown Julia Garner's way, and we see her journey and how it's affecting her, and how she's even trying to uncover this mystery herself, because she's a teacher who loves her kids. And once all of a sudden all of her students are gone one day, there's only one student in there, that's going to raise some eyebrows all around from parents and the teachers, as teachers are connected and honestly with these students more so than the parents. So I love that inclusion, those characteristics with her character. And the overall story, man, I love the way the mystery all comes together and how you're just involved, because this movie it's a slow burn of a movie, but the movie isn't slow. It's a slow burn as it's taking its time, unveiling the intricacies and the details and the story of what's going on, as you're with these characters trying to follow along and see what the fuck is going on. So that's why I loved how it was able to tell from these multiple different viewpoints from these characters at different points in time, to where it all slowly comes together and you're able to piece together what exactly is going on. And I loved how it was able to slowly build itself up to get to that point. And then the ending alone, that third act, and you get the big reveal of what is all is going on. I thought it was very satisfying. That third act, though, that those last 30 minutes or so, was very intense, very shock and awe. There are some grisly images in here, man. It's very visceral and grisly, some of the imagery, man. And what Zach Krieger does, man, he keeps you engaged just with the different camera shots, man, and the tracking shots, like some of the POV shots that just keep you intense and engaged, man. Just one sequence in particular when shit hits the fan, where it's this tracking POV shot where you're just following this character as they're running around. I thought that sequence was shot and done beautifully. Just the little attention to detail, man, as just overall how it was crafted from a narrative perspective and from a filmmaking technicals perspective. It was very eerie. It was very self-contained, all within this one little neighborhood, as they're all caught within this one thread, and it's all leading to this one place, and then it comes together at the end. I thought it was just tremendously done. The writing was excellent. The direction from Zach Krieger was excellent. Just an overall excellent film. I will say it's not necessarily a horror film per se. There's definitely some good horror elements in there, no doubt about it. But it definitely leans more so into the thriller side of things. And that's honestly my favorite type of horror. I'm more so of the horror thriller type. You know, the movies like Get Out, Us, and now you have this movie, Weapons. And I have not seen Barbarian yet, unfortunately, and it's making me want to go see that movie, as I will check that out soon. But man, just this is a prime example of when you mix good storytelling together with good horror thriller action, man. The two just go together well. And another thing that this movie does really well, I was shocked that it did, is that it's actually pretty funny at parts. Like the humor does not feel out of place. Like, oh, somebody's just cracking a joke, just to crack a joke in this scene where it's supposed to be a serious scene. No, it's like it's the levity because it's a very intense and a very dark movie. So you need a little bit of that levity to provide a little bit of breather room per se for the characters, for us to be able to breathe as an audience as we're taking in all that we're watching and still having a good, enjoyable time with the film that we're seeing on screen. So little moments of levity, man, it just blends very well because this is a very unique type of horror film, and it's very dark and grisly and it's awkward at times. So I'm really like how he was able to mix in a little bit of some levity so we can breathe a little bit because this movie's just playing crazy as fuck. Now, my little nitpicks that I have with the movie, and it's just very, very small, a few nitpicks, is that I feel though the third act was great and the reveal of what's going on was great and it was satisfying how it was able to all come together, it still did leave me with a few questions of the mind of wanting a little bit more details about what was going on with said character and in this moment and why another character was doing these actions and why they needed this set of characters and why it was all coming together like that. I'm sorry for stuttering a little bit over my words. Like I said, I'm trying to be very vague and not spoiled because some people say, oh, I don't watch your reviews just because I don't want anything to be spoiled, which clearly I'm saying once again, I'm not spoiling anything. So if you're so scared to watch this video because you're being spoiled, then up yours. But yeah, it did leave like a few questions that I felt was unanswered. And though it's not, it doesn't take me out the film completely. I just feel like it was a loose thread that's still hanging there to where I wasn't too sure as to why said character was going about things the way that they were. And another small nitpick is that the movie kind of just rushes its end and it just ends so abruptly, kind of in a way to where it's just like, oh, it's over just like that. Huh. Okay. I was expecting and maybe wanting just a little bit more, you know, just maybe like 2 minutes, minute and a half more, just to piece some things together, see where these characters are at this stage in time. But they kind of rushed it. It just felt abrupt of an ending. Not a bad ending whatsoever. The third act is great. And its ending's great. It's just it ends so abruptly. I feel and that kind of pinched a little bit back from it being a true 5-star movie, but it's still excellent nonetheless. But despite those nitpicks that I had at the movie, man, I loved it. I loved it, man. Just from the very trailer that I saw, it became one of my most anticipated movies of the summer and of the year, period. And it absolutely delivered. This is a movie that not only you want to go see this movie, go hang out with the fellas and just have a quick movie night out with the fellas to go check something out. This is a great date night movie as well. Because you watch this with a partner or somebody and you're just uncovering this mystery, maybe get all hugged up with one another like, shit, what the hell is going on, man? And this is just If you're a fan of good horror thriller cinema, man, this is what going to the movies is all about. This is it right here. And I've been growing to appreciate the horror genre even more. And when you pump out movies like this, Hollywood, you keep giving, let these artists tell the stories that they want to tell. Let Zach Krieger handle this film. This is a Zach Krieger movie, period. And there was a bidding war for this movie at one point, and Jordan Peele was so pissed off that he missed out on the bid that he fired his management team over it. Which, after watching this movie, I understand why you're so pissed off that you didn't get your hands on this movie, man. I totally get it. Because, yeah, this movie was a true romp. It was a true spectacle of horror thriller cinema, man. I loved it from start to finish, man. I cannot recommend this movie enough, man. That's why I'm going to go ahead, man. I'm going to go big with this movie. This movie gets a straight 4.5 out of 5 stars on the fish scale, man. It absolutely deserves and earned it, man. Go out and watch this movie in the theater, man. ASAP. Don't wait for it to go on streaming. And for damn sure, do not bootleg this bullshit. Do not use your bullshit ass Fire Sticks, Cody's, or whatever the fuck your 123 movie websites and all that other bullshit. No. Go out, take your app, hop on your 10 toes, hop in your cars, wherever you gotta do, get an Uber, and go watch this movie in a theater the way that it's intended to be watched. Because this was a damn great movie, man. I cannot recommend it enough. But yeah, have you all seen the movie Weapons, man? What did you think of the movie, man? Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts, man. And be sure to like the video if you please do. Subscribe to the channel for future uploads. And yeah, I'm going to see you on the flip side for all the future reviews. And yeah, talk to y'all soon.